Well, Emmanuel, kind of a similar question to you. British talent doing well, some American talent doing well. What for you was the moment of the evening, particularly given the fact that, as we heard from the hosts, as we heard from some of those who won awards, the Hollywood Press Association sometimes has some issues around diversity?
Well, it's unfortunate that we are still talking about these issues when we should be talking about the great British talent that continues to confound us. The performance of Daniel Kaaluya in Judas and the Black Messiah, that's not going to be his last award this season, I can assure you. It was a career-defining performance from him. Congratulations also to John Boyega. But obviously, as we saw in the package from Sacha Baron Cohen, it's quite, prescient that we're still talking about these issues, and there's still a long way to go before, that situation is redressed. There was a recent report by the Cultural Diversity Network which revealed that less and less people from Black and minority ethnic backgrounds, female, transgender, disabled, are not entering the professions behind the camera. There are lesser women in the higher positions. So, for all the talk about diversity, representation and inclusion over the last 12 months, it still seems that we're behind the eight ball. So, how much longer are we going to keep talking about these issues? But let's not detract from the fact that, for me, Daniel Kaaluya, in a career-defining performance with Judas and the Black Messiah, is one that will live long in the memory.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to take anything away from any of the winners, Anna, but it has to be said, Emmanuel has a point in terms of some of the talent not being represented in terms of nominations. I May Destroy You, Bridgerton. I mean, there were a couple of glaring omissions, weren't there?
I May Destroy You was a real shock because obviously, critically speaking, and in terms of audience approval, it was one of the huge shows of the year. And of course, a lot of people did wonder if it's because it's not only Black but British, and it's certainly not the usual kind of TV fare that the Globes sort of love to champion. The Crown is obviously a very different beast. So, yeah, I think, the Golden Globes, you have to take them with a pinch of salt in some ways because, as we have heard, it is a very small pool of voters. They don't necessarily represent the best from the highest critical standards, but it is a very big show and it is taken very seriously in terms of that it reaches a lot of people. So it is extremely important that it is diverse and that it rewards, the right shows and the best shows. And I think it was a real mixed result in that sense, but I was pleased to see so many great British shows and great British actors. I totally agree that Daniel Kaaluya is so deserving for Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm so thrilled about that.